Look, these are 5 tips I wish I knew before I started photography. All right, come on, get in and we'll talk about it. Okay, look, so I love photography and videography. There's so much that you can do with it. There's different types of photography. There's wedding photographers, portraits, headshots, just capturing memories of your family. And all of those are legitimate areas of photography. But the thing is, there's some things I wish I would have known before I started photography as far as it contains to business. The first thing that I wish I would have known was to not compare myself to anybody. That's a downfall. Photography is still art, the capturing of light. But the problem is when you start comparing yourself to other people, you end up seeing what they're doing, and it may or may not be the direction that you want to go into, but it may be. If you're going to look at other people's work, look at their work as inspiration or as an idea of what you could do. Don't let that limit you to what you can do or what you should do or how you practice. Just use it as inspiration. All right, the second suggestion, try to take your camera with you wherever you go. Now, be safe with it because you don't want to take your camera to a place that may get damaged or stolen or around rain, water, or anything like that. Okay, so it's getting dark and I'm headed to the gym. But anyway, before I go, I want to ask you, do you plan on starting a business? If so, consider working on your booking and closing deals with clients, okay? I know me personally, I prefer to take pictures and edit the pictures than I would have to handle the front end, the office front end documents, if that makes sense. I much prefer to do the artistic part, deal with lighting, deal with the client's ability or inability to pose. But you want to make sure you're charging a fair rate. You can get to the point like I did where you had a lot of work coming in, but you weren't charging what you should have been charging. Now, you're not charging what you should have been charging. The work is coming in, the workload is becoming overwhelming, and you're losing the satisfaction of your enjoyment. Be sure you're charging a fair compensation rate for your service. I wish I would have known how important lighting is. Now, when I say how important lighting is, okay, a nice camera body, a nice lens, yes, that's nice, it feels good, it strokes the ego, but if you don't have enough light, it doesn't matter what lens you're using. You're going to receive a picture that has a lot of grain in it. So if your subject has a shadow across their face, you put it there. Because instead of having them facing the sun in a certain angle, you can turn them. Look, case in point, you see how overblown my background is when the sun is over to my left. All around in this background area, the sky is just overblown. You see no details, and it's actually a pretty blue sky. Now I'm going to change my direction that I'm traveling, and you'll see the change in the sky. I'm not going to change any of the settings. When I'm editing this video, I'm not going to adjust any of the colors of it. I'm going to actually just post this video straight from camera. So give me a second. I'll be on a different interstate heading in a different direction. Okay, so now you get a chance to see me in more sunlight with, okay, the direction I'm going in actually has the sun right there. And I think I'm overblown. So this video may not be able to work like I thought it was going to work. Anyway, let's adjust the setting. You see now how the shadow is falling across my face. Well, a lot of times you take a picture and you find yourself with shadows that you don't want on the picture because you didn't take the time to look at the light, whether you're placing your own lights or whether you're facing your client or the person you're taking a picture of in front of the sun, where you want the sun to be. Instead of placing them in direct sun, consider putting them in a shadow or in a shaded area, so that way they have more diffused, soft lighting falling on their face. But if I was starting all over again, I would hope to have purchased a camera, a good camera body, don't get me wrong, a good quality lens. It doesn't have to be a 1.2 or 1.4. It could be a 4.0 or it could be a 1.8, or I would still want a 2.8 lens. Okay, I'm not gonna, let's not pretend. But I would probably more likely invest more in lighting. especially if I'm doing portraits, you know, in studio work, or a decent flash, one that I can take off my camera and use some type of trigger to fire it, and adjust the setting. Lastly, it doesn't have to be perfect. You will chase your tail trying to find the perfect picture, the perfect lighting, the perfect situation. You'll always want additional accessories. You'll want the next greatest lens, the next new lens. This new lens is gonna make me shoot better. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Getting your camera out and practicing will make you shoot better. Figuring out what it is that you like and what you don't like will actually make you better. So get your camera, go create, do your thing. I believe in you. Be safe. God bless.